They moved in for a few months. I opened my home, my fridge, my pantry, and now I feel like I'm running a full-time diner. Every meal gets picked apart. My healthy family habits are being replaced with boxes of mac and cheese and shelves stacked with chips. And the worst part? I'm being treated like I'm the one who's unreasonable for expecting kids to eat vegetables. But is it wrong to stop catering to someone else's picky kids when it's wrecking your own family's routines? Or have I crossed the line into being inconsiderate? This story dives into family boundaries, parenting differences, and the emotional toll of being the host with no help. If you've ever had to choose between being polite and standing your ground, this one's for you. I work from home. And let me tell you, working from home while hosting another entire household is chaos dressed up in yoga pants and good intentions. My sister-in-law and her 2 kids, ages 6 and 4, moved in about a month ago while her husband handles a job relocation, and they transition into a new house. It was supposed to be temporary, friendly, supportive, and to be honest, it started fine. My daughter, who's 3, absolutely loves her cousins. The house was suddenly filled with laughter, playtime messes, and the kind of delightful mayhem you expect when 3 small kids are bouncing off the walls in different directions. My sister-in-law, let's call her Tasha, and I get along well enough. I've always thought of her as the cool mom. Stylish, organized, Pinterest-perfect birthday party type. She's a stay-at-home mom, and she takes that job very seriously. I thought we'd be a good team. She'd help manage the kids while I worked in my home office, and I'd get to enjoy a little adult conversation during lunch breaks. A win-win. But then came mealtimes. Let me set the scene. I'm a home cook. Not a gourmet chef, not a foodie snob, just someone who values balanced meals and healthy habits. I grew up in a this is dinner, take it or leave it household. No short order cooking. No separate plates. No drama. So, naturally, I carried that into my parenting. My daughter eats what we eat. Vegetables, grains, sauces, you name it. If she doesn't like something, that's okay. She doesn't have to finish it. But I don't swap it out for buttered noodles and call it a night. It's worked beautifully. She's adventurous, willing to try new things. And I've always felt proud of that. Then Tasha's kids entered the chat. The first sign of trouble was breakfast. I made pancakes, my go-to, tried and true, fluffy and golden with a touch of cinnamon. I plate them with some fruit, a drizzle of syrup, and we sit down at the table. Tasha frowns. Oh, what recipe did you use? I blink. Just mine. Why? She leans over to her 6-year-old and, in a dramatic stage whisper, says, "These aren't the usual ones, sweetie. This is a different recipe, but you should just try a bite and see if you like it, okay?" He sniffs the plate like it might be poison, declares, "I don't like this kind of pancake," and refuses to touch it. I thought, fine. 1 meal. No big deal. But it became the pattern. Tomato sauce? Too acidic. Cheese? Only if it's on a sandwich, never melted. Vegetables? Yuck. Mayo? Fine on cold sandwiches. Disgusting on burgers. Cereal? Only if the milk-to-crunch ratio is perfect. And God forbid something touched something else on the plate. Every single day, I tried to make something palatable for everyone. Sliders? Had to make a cheese-free, sauce-free, extra-dry version for the oldest. He still refused to eat it because he didn't know what it would taste like. Pasta? Only if it's buttered. Mac and cheese, but not from scratch. Has to be the blue box kind. Even nuggets can't be a different brand. God help you if the ketchup is too runny. I found myself chopping vegetables in secret, sneaking spinach into sauces like a spy, rationing fruit because, somehow, Tasha's kids had no interest in it. My pantry began filling up with processed snacks, donuts, chips, juice boxes, because that's what they'll eat. My daughter started asking for chips at snack time instead of the apples she used to love. The shift in our household habits was creeping in. Quietly, relentlessly. And Tasha? She wasn't oblivious. Tasha comments on everything I cook. Every single thing. She never says it outright, but there's always a qualifier. A pause. A head tilt. Next time, maybe without onions? Or we usually use a different brand. She's never outright rude, but the implication is clear. I'm not doing it right for her kids. At one point, she even said, I feel bad that they aren't getting what they're used to. I just want them to feel comfortable. And you know what? I get that. I do. But what about my kid? My home? My grocery budget and my peace of mind? Yesterday was the final straw. I made sliders. Tiny little burgers. Nothing fancy. Bread, meat, optional cheese, and sauce on the side so everyone could build their own. I asked Tasha if she wanted to help the kids make theirs. She said, actually, could you do half without cheese or sauce? You know how picky my oldest is. I did. He didn't eat it. Again. He sniffed it, pulled a face, claimed it tastes weird without even taking a bite. And then the meltdown started. Meanwhile, my daughter sat there quietly, happily munching her slider and asking for seconds. I looked around the table and thought, this isn't working. This isn't sustainable. I am not a restaurant. So I decided, no more catering. I went back to my normal way of cooking. One meal for everyone. Take it or leave it. If they don't eat, they'll be fine until the next snack or meal. I didn't make a big announcement. I just started cooking the way I always had. Roasted veggies with pasta. Stir fry. Grilled chicken with a salad on the side. Normal, healthy, balanced meals. And just as I expected, the comments came rolling in. Maybe we can make nuggets instead? Oh, I don't think the boys will eat this. Do you have any plain rice? Without sauce? Nope. I don't. Now, things feel tense. Tasha hasn't directly confronted me, but I can tell she's annoyed. She started giving the kids snacks right before dinner, probably so they're not hungry when they inevitably reject the food. I've caught her microwaving something separately for her oldest when I'm upstairs working. And our daytime chats? Quieter now. Stiff. The kids are starting to notice, too. My daughter asked why her cousins never eat dinner. I didn't know what to say. It's like we're parenting on two completely different planets, and the gravitational pull is starting to affect my own family's rhythm. I never thought food would be the battleground that divided our household. But every day, I'm torn between being a good host and standing up for my values. I'm watching my own child's eating habits change under pressure. I'm losing the joy I used to feel in my kitchen. And I'm dreading dinner every single night. And yet, I still feel guilty. Should I be more accommodating? Am I just being rigid? Or is it okay to say, this is my home. This is how we eat. And your guests. So here's the heart of the conflict. I open my doors in love and kindness. I've cooked every day, cleaned every day, shared every square inch of space. But now, I'm being made to feel like the bad guy for not turning my kitchen into a 5-option buffet for kids who reject everything anyway. Am I wrong for not catering to their pickiness? Or am I just finally drawing a boundary that should have been drawn a long time ago? I don't want to create conflict. I don't want to hurt anyone. But I also don't want to lose the healthy home I've worked so hard to build. So I ask again, am I wrong for refusing to keep bending over backward to make meals for kids who won't even try what I make? Where's the line between hosting with grace and protecting your peace? Now it's your turn to weigh in. Would you have drawn the line sooner, or kept the peace for the sake of family harmony? Is it fair to expect one person to change their entire cooking style for house guests, especially picky children? Drop your verdict in the comments. I want to know where you stand on picky eating, boundaries, and house guest etiquette. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this story with someone who's ever felt like their kitchen was under siege. Because sometimes, standing your ground starts with what's on your plate.